Hey, what's up, everybody? Another great episode of Fourth Person Point of View, baby. Out here enjoying this sunshine and that water. Very therapeutic, if I may say so. But it's been a minute since I logged on. Too busy living life and enjoying it. But I was listening to this podcast a while ago. This cat I listen to all the time, Antoine Daniels. And I thought it was kind of funny how he was talking about the conversations going on about guys being simps and stuff, and he was referring to old boy over there on the pivot calling somebody a square. I mean, you can go over there and watch it. I don't want to call people's names out. But I find it funny because I've seen several videos myself of women talking about why does a guy have to be called a simp or a square for doing the right thing. And from a fourth person perspective, pardon me, it's kind of funny that women don't understand, which you don't supposed to. That's why a man shouldn't let a woman lead him, because a woman doesn't think with logic and reason, which is also why you should want a woman with a college education. But that's another episode. But back to the simp and square shit. A man is not called a simp because he does the right thing, dumbass. A man's called a simp. I wish I had my whiteboard behind me. I'd break it down like in a science format. But a man is called a simp because of the things he does with a certain woman. Voila. So, say for instance, you got a guy like, I don't want to use names. But say you got a good guy. And we just say he's a good guy. Stand up, good guy. Say he's an educated guy. He's not a sucker or a simp. But some might call him a square because he's not involved in street type activities, which is okay. No one should be involved in street activities. We're supposed to be law-abiding citizens like myself. But the reason you call a guy a simp is because of the things he does with a particular woman. See, if you go back to the good old Southern classic song by the great 666 Mafia, the song Don't Save Her. You see, if you go listen to 3-6 Mafia's song Don't Save Her, I'll drop the link in the description for you. But the song said, don't save her, she don't want to be saved. Don't save her, she don't want to be saved. Don't save her. Now, if you go put that song on before the music comes on, the introduction is going to say something about it says something about Russell Resthaven and the day he tried to save his girlfriend. And I think DJ Paul or Juicy J1 comes in, said, I love her. I'm gonna kill that nigga and marry her. And the song comes on. Don't save her, she don't wanna be saved. Don't save her, she don't wanna be saved. Don't save her. Now, I've given you something. I've given you some music. We're gonna say that music is our one piece of our SIMP literature. Once you listen to the song, come back to this video. Now, the concept says, don't save her, she don't want to be saved, which means you trying to wife her, she doesn't want to be a wife. She's having sex with a little Jimbo, stop sign head, carrot stick head, a little rap boy, sausage head and potato head. And here you are, which in the song by 3 6 Mafia, they talk about a guy named Russell Resthaven. And so basically, he's trying to save a woman who does not want to be saved. Now, when they call you a simp, what you've basically done is you've watched this woman. You've watched this woman sleep with all these guys that are different than you. And you might say, what's different mean? Well, I gotta name somebody because I gotta give you a starting point. Say, Obama. We'll go with Obama to be safe. Ain't like he can whoop me. So take Obama. Say Obama is on his way to becoming a U.S. president, right? I didn't bring my water, my damn mouth's dry. I done walked about 3 miles, but okay, let me stay on topic here. Say Obama is a U.S. senator. In the back of his mind, he says that one day he's going to be the president of the United States of America, right? And everybody's like, you can do it, go man, go man. Now say Obama sees this woman, and we're gonna say her name is Jezebel. Say Jezebel can dance real good. She's got pretty eyes, brown, hazel, green, whatever you want to call it. And Jezebel, say Jezebel's a singer. Say she's a rock star. And Jezebel likes to twerk and dance and shit. And Obama tries to talk to Jezebel. And Jezebel says, "Oh no, you're lame." And Obama says, "Well, I'm educated, I went to Harvard." And Jezebel says, "Nah, I have a boyfriend." Now, Obama says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, I didn't mean to step over my boundaries. If you have a boyfriend, then I guess I'm shit out of luck anyway." And Obama says, "Well, just for the record, Jezebel, who is your boyfriend?" And Jezebel says her boyfriend's name is Little Churchill, badass. And she says, "Yeah, his name is Churchill Badass." And Obama said, "What kind of profession is he in?" And Jezebel says, "He's a rock star like me." "Oh, okay. And Obama says, "Well, good luck to you and Churchill Badass." So Obama disappears for a year, and he sees Jezebel at a football game a year later. He stumbles into Jezebel at the concession stand buying popcorn, and he'd be like, "Hey, Jezebel, how are you?" And she says, I'm fine, Obama, how are you? And Obama says, well, are you still dating that guy Churchill Badass? And Jezebel says, well, no, we actually broke up. And Obama says, well, lucky for me. And Jezebel says, well, unfortunately, I still have a boyfriend. And Obama says, what's this boyfriend's name? And Jezebel says, his name is Doggy Dog Paw. And Obama says, well, damn. What does he do for a living? And Jezebel says, he's in a biker gang. And he says, well, damn, you like music and, he said, you like rock stars and motorcycle guys, huh? And Jezebel says, I guess so. I never thought about it. Let me grab some water here. Shit, I needed that. Where was I? Oh, so she's with the biker guy now, right? And Obama says, you went from Churchill Badass to the biker guy. And he happens to ask Jezebel, is the biker guy with you now? I noticed you have 2 cups of popcorn with you. And she says, oh, no, the biker guy's not here. This is for my baby. And he says, oh, shit, you have a baby? She says, yeah, I had a baby by Churchill Badass. And Obama says, oh, well, you had a baby by Churchill Badass, but now you're with the biker guy. And she says, yes. And he says, well, why didn't you and Churchill Badass stay together? And she said, well, it just didn't work out. He had 7 baby mamas. And he said, and Obama says, well, hell, you didn't know that before y'all got together? And she says, I knew. And he's like, oh, wow. And he says, well, I'm gonna go sit down. They're about to start the football game. So he waves at her and they go their separate ways. And then say you take another year and a half. Another year and a half goes by, and Obama stumbles into Jezebel again. This time they're at a damn Chicago Bulls basketball game. And they at the concession stand, right? And he says, hey, Jezebel, is that you, girl? And Jezebel says, yes, hey, Obama, how's it going? And they cut to small talk, and Obama said, how's the motorcycle guy? And Jezebel says, well, I'm not with him anymore. I'm with Mr. Potato Head. And Obama said, well, goddamn, it was Churchill Badass, motorcycle man, now you a Potato Head. And she says, yes. So Obama's like, wow. And he says, well, good luck. I hope you all work it out. And she says, thank you. So, say 2 more years pass by. Say 2 more years pass by. And Obama sees this girl again. This time they're at a Grambling State football game, getting ready to watch the band play. And so they meet at the concession stand again. And Obama says, Jezebel, is that you? And Jezebel says, yeah, Obama, how's it going? He says, I'm fine. How are you and your son doing? And she says, I'm fine and he's fine too. Thanks for asking. And so Obama says, are you dating anybody? And Jezebel says, well, actually, I'm not. And he says, well, you want to go get some popcorn and sit together at the game? It could be like our first date. And she says, and Jezebel says, sure. I have my son with me, though. You mind? And he says, heck no, I don't mind. And he says, yeah, he can come. I'll take care of him. And isn't that the son of little Churchill badass? And she said, yeah, you remember his dad's name? He said, yeah, I remembered. So, say they start dating from this Grambling State football game, and then they ended up getting married. In the manhood community, Obama is going to be considered a simp and a sucker. He's not considered a simp and a sucker because he's a great stepfather. He's a simp and a sucker because the woman that he's doing this with. You got me? What Obama was supposed to say when he saw Jezebel at the football game is, hey, Jezebel, how are you? And she said, fine. What he was supposed to do was goddamn go through the process, go sit with her and her son, have sex with her a few times, then never call her again or just use her as a bed wench. Then he would have not been a simp. The reason he's considered a simp is because he's aware that her first child's father's name was Churchill Badass, and he wasn't worth a damn compared to him. You got a Harvard graduate and a guy who did not go to Harvard, and is just two different backgrounds. So the simping comes in when a guy of Obama's status tries to date a girl who used to date a guy named Churchill Badass. That will make him technically a simp, if that makes sense, women. So when a stepfather is a great guy from a two-parent home and he's a professional, educated, smart, and successful, he's not a square just because he's successful. I mean, I hope you didn't think black men were that shallow either. You're considered a simp because basically the majority of the guys look at the woman you're with like she's a whore. They look at her like she's a flipper. And technically, you waited in line behind 3 or 4 guys that were not even on your level as far as success-wise. Technically, that's called simp shit. What you were supposed to do, like I said, you were supposed to goddamn go through the process, hit her, and throw her to the wolves. The worst case scenario, you make her a side chick bed wench and just hit her. Because based off her dating history, she does not date guys like you. That's simp shit. So if a girl dates 5 rock stars or 5 motorcycle gang members, you don't goddamn go to Harvard and get your Juris Doctor degree and date a girl from over there that all those slaphead guys have played with. That's what a simp is, ladies. Basically, I mean, I don't know how some of y'all didn't get that. I guess people can play naive whenever it benefits them, and I guess sometimes people do things that they actually don't understand. They don't understand certain stuff. Let me know in the comment section, though. I think I just broke that shit down pretty simple. I think anybody can understand it. But that's what a simp is, ladies. So if she would not have had a child, we just can't call him a simp. He might be a sucker, but we'd have to go to the the Joint Chiefs of simp shit / pimp shit player shit and get a official vote. Because even though she didn't have a kid, you still have to look at the caliber of guys that's had sex with her. And you don't really want to take another man's sloppy seconds like that. Not like that. I mean, you're not from the same tribe. Then you add that in there with a child. You add that in there with a child. that is really a simp in the manhood world. So that's why they keep saying certain people are simps and suckers. Don't shoot the messenger, man. It's not my business. So being a stepdaddy is considered simp shit most of the time, unless the woman was just a virtuous woman and she got pregnant by a sausage head, because most women go through a stupid phase. And but if the woman is viewed by the majority of men like she's trash, you really can't. Yeah, you really can't be with her, because they gonna always call you a simp. If you notice, nobody calls Offset a simp, because most men can look at that equation and be like, they're kind of compatible, and we can see the ins and outs of how that shit go. Yeah. And that's not my business either, so I'm not gonna talk about it, but you get what I'm saying. But when you're Obama caliber guys and you end up dating Jezebels, yeah, you're gonna get called a simp and a sucker. And it's actually being called a simp and a sucker by guys who not playing dumb games is actually beneficial to the man, because it lets you know, like, hey, they calling me a simp. What do they see that I don't see? That's a good thing in a bad way. Like if somebody told me I was a simp, I'd ask them, tell me why. I mean, I know what the word simp means from a masculine perspective, because you got beta males in the world too. But I would ask them, I would ask somebody I know and I respect. I'd be like, why they calling me a simp? What kind of past this bitch got? You see what I'm saying? Yeah, if a woman has a past and you are a good guy, you can't be with her. I mean, you don't supposed to. That's simp shit, technically. So hopefully this helps some of you damn women. It's always a good thing to educate my women and let them see things from a male's perspective. Because I heard somebody say something that was so stupid to me. Talking about black men call a guy that's not in the streets a square. That's not a square. You got square ass niggas in the streets. And the streets, in that sense, being in the streets don't really make you bad. I mean, most guys in the streets are probably more bums than they are thugs and gangsters. Yeah, I mean, shit. So that's a whole nother video too. But back on that simp shit, I think you all understand what I'm saying. That's why men call certain guys simps, especially if you're a man with millions of goddamn dollars. If you are a man with millions of goddamn dollars, you shouldn't be out here taking sloppy seconds like that. I mean, it's just no reason to. That's technically that's simp shit. Yeah, you got millions of dollars, you should be able to at least walk in a damn room with a woman that the average guy hadn't had sex with, and or at least she ain't got no goddamn kids by nobody. But I'm about to go grab something to eat. This has been fourth person point of view, baby. I'm out.